We're talking about tariffs again. I know it's been a few days, guys, but we've got to talk about the tariffs in the auto industry again. A lot of car companies, both in the United States and outside of the US, in terms of ones that are based in the US or outside of the US, they are all changing how they do things. Even the domestic producers of vehicles, such as Ford and also all the General Motors brands, all of them are having to change up how they do things, because even though they made a significant portion of their vehicles in the United States, they of course didn't make a significant portion as well. And even those that are assembled in the US are not always made from parts that are produced in the US. If either of those boxes are ticked, they very much do get a tariff slapped onto any goods, including the vehicle itself. That of course increases the price, reduces their profit margin. It's not really what they want. They're effectively having to pay a tax on top of what they are producing. And no one wants to do that if they can avoid it. Now, when it comes to foreign manufacturers, some have paused production, some have stopped importing certain vehicles, while others have kind of doubled down and gone, you know what, we're going to focus more on the US. We're going to bring production to within the United States, and we're going to do our best to avoid the tariffs as a result. But let's talk about Volvo, the Swedish car giant themselves. How are they adapting to the tariffs? Let's have a look, guys. I've got the full story for you here on the future of Volvo in the US of A. Well, it's been good news for the shareholders of Volvo. Their share price jumped by 10% this Thursday, as the company's second quarter operating profit beat analyst expectations despite a sharp year-on-year decline. So overall, Volvo not doing too amazing, but compared to where they were in the very recent past, they're looking pretty good. Volvo is no longer truly Swedish, though. They are in fact owned by the Chinese, specifically Geely Holding Company, and they reported that the second quarter operating profit, excluding items affected by comparability, fell to 2.9 billion Swedish krona, which is around 297 million US dollars. And that is down from 8 billion krona during the same time last year. So effectively, that is a huge year-on-year decrease. Second quarter revenue dropped to 93.5 billion krona compared to 101 billion krona over the same period last year. And while the price did peak at 10% increase on Thursday, it leveled out at an 8.2% increase at the end of the day. However, overall, they are still down by 20% overall for the year to date since the start of 2025. But what are Volvo doing in response to the tariffs? Well, they're doing a few things. They have started to pull out of the sedan and station wagon market in the United States, partly due to the decrease in interest for these types of vehicles from Volvo in the US. And of course, this all comes as that 27.5% tariff is placed upon vehicles manufactured. And of course, that comes as that 27.5% tariff is applied to vehicles that are imported from the European Union, which of course Sweden is a part of. And of course, they can't even get around it if they do it through China, for example. There's a 100% tariff that's being placed on Chinese electric vehicles imported into the US as well. But despite that, Volvo have said they are not going to pull out of the US market, although they do seem to be downsizing things. But guys, what do you think? Do Volvo have a bright future in the US? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below on this as always. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and have a fantastic day around the world today, guys. See you very soon.